Hey you, what's going on? I'm here with my good friend and client Tracy, and today we're going to be working on the back side of your body, hitting a posterior chain focus. This workout is designed to hit everything on the back side of the body, including glutes, which she clearly works on, and we need to hit that. It's super important to do because that's something we don't see every single day in the mirror. So we're going to hit the back side of the body, we're going to get into it, and we're going to show you how it's done. So what we're gonna do, Tracy, starting off, we're just gonna come up onto the top of the bench there. Good, all right, and we're just gonna position our legs. So now with these, you wanna position it to the point where you can feel that glute activating the most. So we're gonna lift one leg up, good, and we're gonna drop down, sink the hips, and then we're gonna thrust through the hips, squeeze, good. So let's get one and let's pause and hold it, so come down and up. Good, so you're looking at full hip extension. She's looking straight across, feel your glute. Good, all right, let's keep moving down and up. So we're gonna hit about 15 reps here, just moving down and up. We're just working on firing that glute. Sometimes you may position the foot out, you may bring it in. You just wanna move your foot in that angle, and you can see she's over accentuating, getting on that heel. That's exactly what you wanna do, is you wanna be able to make sure you're driving that heel through the ground, squeezing that glute hard. Good, so what we would normally do is we'd hit 15 on each side, and now what we're gonna do is let's hold that bridge right there. So go all the way up, hold, big kicks, all the way up and down. And so this is just one of the ways we can warm up. So we get their glute bridges, now we're getting our glute bridge kicks, and we're loosening up that other hamstring. We're keeping that glute contracted with a nice isometric hold there. It's really gonna fire up that glute and loosen up that hamstring there. Next, we got the TRX squat to row. Utilizing this exercise is the most beneficial way to hit your legs and back at the same time. If you don't have a TRX, you can use a similar apparatus. You might be able to use a rings or some sort of cable with an attachment on there that you can sit into that movement. So we're gonna warm up the legs, we're gonna warm up the back. So all right, we're in position. Let's bring those feet forward just a little bit. Good, so we're leaning back at that angle. Good, all right, feet out just a little bit wider, nice. And I like to take a nice squat stance here with the toes pointed out. So as we come down, we're gonna squat into the movement, pause. We're gonna push those knees out a little bit. It's gonna help open up the hips. And then as we're coming up, we're gonna push through the legs and pull with the back. So as she's pulling with the back, we're retracting that scapula and that shoulder blades. I see a lot of people, they pull, you don't want those shoulders to come forward. We wanna keep them back. Her knees are soft, and literally we're clenching our butt cheeks. We wanna squeeze those glutes hard. So now let's run through the movement. Inhale, big breath of air. Exhale, come on up, squeeze. Beautiful, good. Knees are soft, glutes are contracted tight and hard the whole time. See, that's what I see a lot of people do. So now hit it good. Boom, setting that scapula back, shoulder blades back. You can see, and look at that line, that elbow and that shoulder is in perfect line. So this elbow is not coming all the way back. It's just sitting right in line with that shoulder blade or scapula is retracted. That's what we wanna focus on. First off, we got our barbell hip thrust. This is the bread and butter movement every female, every guy should be doing to build solid glutes. So we're gonna drop it down, nice stretch, inhale, and then thrust through hips, exhale, squeeze. Nice pelvic thrust, really getting those glutes there. So you can see our knees are on top of the heels, feel your glutes. Beautiful, all right, hell yeah. All right, so let's drop it down, inhale, exhale, drive and squeeze. Nice, good, push it through the heels, squeezing the glutes. Now let's keep it up, and let's get a nice little pause at the top. Especially when you're first starting off, I love getting that little contraction right at the top. I get that pelvic thrust, that hold, that squeeze, really helps accentuate the glutes. We're dropping it down, big breath of air, pushing through his heels, nice squeeze. Next, we're gonna do a half lunge, single arm dumbbell row. So what we're gonna do, Tracy's gonna grab the dumbbell, and we're gonna have a forearm down onto the thigh. And basically what we're gonna do first is we're gonna get that scapular retraction. Before we do any back movement, scapular retract, and then we're gonna arc, and we're gonna row that in. And hold it right there, that's absolutely beautiful. Drop it back down, inhale, big breath of air, abs tight, scapular retraction, arc, pull, row, and squeeze. I like doing this because it maximizes the deepest contraction that we can get in the back. And then right back down, now let's start cranking out some reps. We're gonna hold it just for a second, and then right back down, abs tight. Nice, good. And that's what you wanna pay attention to, is making sure that when you're doing these rolling movements, how many muscles can we hit at once, and how can we get a deep contraction in that muscle? That's the most important thing, maximizing that contraction of the muscle. It's not about how much weight you lift, it's how hard you lift it. Next, we got a single arm rear delt raise on a bench. So utilizing this is gonna allow us to maintain good form here. So elbows slightly bent, knee, foot is aligned with that knee there and the heel, and then we're gonna raise this arm and arc it up and out. So right here, yep, we got a little bend into the arm. That's gonna maximize that contraction in the rear delt, and then come down. Too many times I see people doing this movement and they're bringing that arm back, and this ends up hitting a lot in their scapula and their trap and their rhomboid. So we're gonna come right here, hitting that small muscle right there in the rear delt. I obsess over these because I see so many people with bad posture, they never activate that muscle. This only takes a little bit of weight and you're getting a huge contraction there. All right, so next we got one of the hardest core exercises you could do. It's a barbell rollout. Even if you can't go all the way out, this is still a good one to practice because if you're going 3/4 to a quarter of the way even, it's gonna stimulate a heck of a lot of core. We're gonna keep our hips and our butt down. We're gonna make sure our toes stay down on the ground. I always see a lot of people bringing the toes up. That's gonna engage your core more, keeping those toes down. Roll it all the way out. Big stretch, just go as far as you can. Looking good, nice, there you go, Tracy, good. Now pull that stomach in, keep those abs tight right there, keeping that hips and that butt down. Nice, there you go. So we're gonna try it again. Abs tight, nice stretch, awesome. Pulling it back, nice squeeze, good. Next, we got a high elbow TRX row. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna be at a nice about 45-degree angle, and the elbows are gonna come up, and the main focus is not trying to engage so much of the traps. We've got this nice straight line. So you can see how beautiful this back looks here. Elbows are up, hitting that rear delts, hitting that upper back. Great. So we're gonna drop it back down, retract the scapula, elbows out, and eventually, ideally, it's gonna be one big movement. It's a scapular traction plus a row. Because too many times people are always dropping down, they'll retract, hit bad form. They're always engaging the traps next, so we wanna drop the traps, drop the neck, keep those elbows out because we're hitting that small muscle. And we have these rear delts here. This is super important to have because that's gonna give you that nice complete lift to the shoulder. Next and last, we got our single leg body weight calf raise. This is essentially your rest break. When we're moving in circuit style fashion, we're gonna be going from exercise to exercise. So essentially when you're hitting these repetitions on each calf, you're gonna go right back into hip thrust, okay? So what we're doing is we're doing the double pump, getting to 1.5. So we're getting a full stretch, pumping, coming down halfway, right back up again and squeezing. Doing that's gonna place a lot more of a pump into the calf. A little bit more time on their tension is gonna activate it a lot more. Great, so we're coming all the way down, nice stretch. We're emphasizing the stretch. We get the pump, we come down halfway, we get the pump again, nice squeeze, and you can see that development in the calf there. I love utilizing a drop step of any kind. This is probably the smallest, this is the highest platform I'll use. Or we'll use something even smaller, but dropping lower than 90 degrees is gonna get way more hamstring and glute activation. So we're gonna start off, we're dropping down, big breath of air, look how low she's getting. That's gonna get a lot of hamstrings, push, step up, squeeze the glutes, nice curl, and we can see we're not swinging our arms too much either. So big breath of air, dropping down, pushing through that heel, stretching and squeezing. Really getting the glutes. That nice big stretch there is gonna help open up those hip flexors a little bit. We're working the other leg, but also making sure that we lean most of our weight into that leg right there. So we're pushing off the opposite leg, dropping it down. We got that big breath of air, abs very tight in this movement. We wanna keep a strong core because the air is your energy here. Breath is your energy. So if you're not taking a lot of air and your abs aren't tight, you can round the back and this could potentially hurt you. Making sure you get full range of motion on this exercise, then it's really gonna activate the most amount of muscles we're working here. Next, we have the banded assisted pull-up. I generally like doing this because even if you can do pull-ups, more times than not, we're utilizing bad form. So this is gonna help keep our form together and we're gonna contract the right muscle groups and hit the best form possible. So as she's pulling up, let's relax the traps. You wanna imagine chest to the ceiling, engaging those lats in the back. So we're gonna come all the way down, nice big stretch, full stretch. Now let's engage the scapula, retract, and now pull, and then lean back and pull and squeeze. That's the proper way to do it. See how we set everything back? Beautiful posture that opens up the back. That's gonna develop those lats, come all the way back down, and that's the way we wanna be doing it. We wanna make sure that we are retracting those shoulder blades up at the top. That's gonna give you a lot better posture, a lot better form, and your body's gonna look a lot better. Last but not least, we got the lying leg raise. We're gonna hit middle, left, and right. It's a 30-rep set, and this is great with the pelvic thrust. So we're starting off, we're raising the legs up, pelvic thrust, and we're gonna try and hold it and lower down slowly. That's an advanced tip right there, but if you can't roll it all the way down slow like that, holding that into the air, that's fine. See how she goes vertical? I didn't even have to do that. We went straight up. A lot of people kick their legs back. When you get the thrust, you're only going vertical. If you're going back, it's not gonna make any big difference there. So big breath of air, inhale, and then we come up, we exhale, squeeze, and then generally I like to inhale again on the way back down, and that's gonna help keeping that core tight throughout that movement. So essentially we'll hit 10 reps right down in the middle, and then we'll go through the other side. So we're raising, exhaling, and squeezing. We're just hitting a little different angle of the core. Raising the legs up, exhale, squeeze, nice thrust, going vertical, perfect form, dropping it down slow. These always aren't gonna feel the easiest. They are very hard, but we're gonna hit a different angle of the core, and that's gonna bring out a little bit more of obliques and give you that nice definition there. So when we're hitting the core, we want numerous angles and different kinds of exercises, and this is a good go-to one right here.